this is the start of the second half. This is the part where Nick Davis gets up here and is all like, blah, blah, blah. I'm Nick Davis. I write poems too. So in order to honor that, I'm going to try to do one of his poems. Shut the video off. I'm drinking some scotch. It's the Dirty Jam Poetry Show. I don't know if you've noticed, but I've got ADD. Sometimes I go off track. And it's real hard for me to come on back. It's kind of like this country. We spend $100 million daily on a weapons arsenal, and we wonder why there's no new books for our school. We got warfare based off of who cares and motors made for millionaires and... Yo, stop. I just realized that if I like move my mouth in this light, I can see my teeth moving. That's fantastic. So, my parents never want to give me drugs. No Ritalin for me. But the joke's been on them. See, ever since I got past the age of 10, I've been experimenting recklessly. Again and 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 again. It's kind of like this movie I once wrote. I really wrote a movie. It's about this dude who gives himself electrical shock treatments until he's all like addicted to the buzz. Where was I? Guys, where was I? Oh, yeah. Attention deficit disorder in the house. Disorder in the house. Yo, my dad's record collection rules. I once had a girlfriend, just once. I tried to show her how awesome Warren Zevon's Lawyers, Guns, and Money was, and she was all like, Kendrick Lamar! So I dumped her. And I don't know if you notice, but I do have ADD, and sometimes I do go off. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and I spun around recklessly, climbed the tree, hit my head against it, found a raggedy dog, and laughed hysterically. So, Dirty Karen, can I have your attention? Can I have your attention? Is it pumping Ritalin into the kids until they're nothing but zombies and drones? I mean, who needs law enforcement when you're too zoned out to leave your own homes? Can I have your attention? You know, maybe I should just shut the fuck up. No! Because the horizon looks hungry, and so do we. So I say we should feast. Feast until the gods are filled with jealousy. Feast until the... Stay with me, people. Until the vomitoriums are filled to capacity. Dirty Jam! We should feast until we are so full we have to sit still. He fucking missed it. And that's fine. That wasn't for him. That's for all of y'all. That's for y'all. This is the second half of the Dirty Jam Poetry Show open micers. I'm going to try to run through this as quickly as possible because that's what Nick does, because he has nothing funny to say between poets. Come on first. Please make some noise. Jordan, you ready? Are you looking for anything? All right. A voice of a fucking angel. Please make some noise for Jordan. For Michelle!
This is like just my height. Awesome. Hello? Hi? Okay, cool. Hi.
This was the best version of your poem that's ever happened.
It was really good.
It's fine.
I don't give a shit about you.
Hi, Nick! Hi. Okay, so,
My bow. I didn't know.
yeah, I've like sung here twice, and people have been like really cool about it. So, I'm gonna do it again per request of Nick. And we actually had a little bit of a bonding moment about the fact that we both really love West Side Story. Any fans? Oh, okay, yeah, all right. Well, I'm singing a song from it, so get excited.
Oh my god. This is all my favorite dreams.
It's good. And you guys can sing along if you know the words. If you want to.
We know the words.
Don't tell. No. Okay. It's also really fucking high, so I'm gonna try to start like really low. So hopefully this works. Okay, cool. Okay. I feel pretty, oh so pretty. I feel pretty and witty and gay, and I pity any girl who isn't me today. I feel charming, oh so charming. It's alarming how charming I feel, and so pretty that I hardly can believe I'm real. See the pretty girl in that mirror there.
What mirror where?
Who can that attractive girl be?
What girl who?
Such a pretty face, such a pretty smile, dress with a smile, such a pretty me. I feel stunning and so entrancing, feel like running and dancing for joy, for I'm loved by a pretty, wonderful boy.
Oh shit! Nicholas Earl Davis, you don't deserve art that fucking fine in your face! God damn! Coming next year on Broadway, Dirty Jaron the Musical. Starring people who are more handsome than me and Nick. Coming up next in the open mic, Angela, are you ready? Void! 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 This shit's on echo. Are you ready? Alright, no you're not. Rainey! Are you here? Are you accounted for? Are you ready to rock? Please make some noise for Rainey Maple Sugar Candy!
So I did not plan, I didn't have a real roast for Nick or anything, but I do have a good story about the first time we met, which I promise you don't remember.
I don't.
I promise. It was at the Raven.
I never been to the Raven.
You fucking been to the Raven. I want to say this was 2008, maybe?
I wasn't alive in 2008.
Whatever. So it was a long time ago. Whatever the case, Sound and Stone was playing.
Yeah!
Yes. I saw you and I was like, hey, it's that guy.
I had two copies of your album.
So I remember that it was a very good show. I think maybe we played that night, maybe Eyewitness played. But anyway, I'd never seen you before in my life, Nick, and so Sound and Stone's playing, I'm kind of bopping. I'm still really kind of new to Worcester. I don't really know a lot of people. I'm there with Milo. And all of a sudden, this guy, this really drunk, sweaty guy in a yellow sweater comes over and grabs me and starts dancing. And I don't know who the fuck he is.
Sound like me at all.
So I was like, I don't know if this is okay. Is this guy cool? So I was kind of I'm new to people. And so I kind of was was like a real standoffish person about it. I was like, don't dance with me. And so then later, I don't remember who I was with, but like another friend, I'm like, oh, that's the guy. That guy was like dancing with me and stuff at the rave. I'm like, oh, that's Nick. That's just what he does. So I was like, oh, okay. All right, cool. So if it happens again, I'll know what to do. But I had to be told that you were cool. It's like, oh, no. That's just what he does. So if it happens again, I will not push you in your yellow sweater away. I will accept it and embrace. No, you know what? That's maybe not a promise I want to make. I will not necessarily embrace whatever sweaty sweater you have. But I will not push you away if you want to dance. That was it. But so that you don't remember it, but I do.
No, I don't.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It was such a normal occurrence for you. It sounded like that. Why would you remember? You know, the momentous moment of meeting me. So I have two poems. One's really, really short. It's an angry poem. It's kind of morose. It's kind of angry or sad. Just, you know, some sort of like negative emotion.
Well, it's Sublime or Nirvana, because that's all they know.
Definitely not Sublime.
Who are we roasting?
Sublime's Too Late Sunny. This is based on a true story. My oven exploded this evening. As it was warming up for red baked potatoes, it was the heating element that went. First, an electric buzzing noise like jacked up warhead mosquitoes. Then a flash, a flame, and my colander hit the floor as I backed away. Now it is no potatoes, no oatmeal, no tea. For breakfast tomorrow, it will be a microwaved burrito. Destination appliance section. All I can think is, why couldn't it have been that awful fridge instead? But we have a new oven coming on Wednesday morning, so I'm kind of happy now. Yeah, I know, right? It's one of those terrible, wonderful things where I've been cooking stuff, like I have a kettle that boils, and I have a rice cooker, and I have a slow cooker, and they're all plugged in.
I have an electric roast.
Yeah.
Landlord.
All right. Well, no, we own this shit, so it's like, yeah.
Fucking
That-
bastard.
Well,
We'll talk later.
making friends is hard when you're not 7 anymore.
Hell yeah!
Grown-ups always said, don't talk to strangers. And now we're all nervous-ass, self-conscious grown-ups, unsure of ourselves, trying to figure out how to effectively talk to strangers. Hiding behind lists of 25 things that only introverts will understand. In the future, the distant future, people who don't have debilitating social anxiety are going to have to start volunteering for research studies, which will be conducted via subdural microchip. It's just so easy to dismiss and to be dismissed at the click of a button these days. Scared to say the wrong thing, unable to confront ourselves, much less another person. We know way too much about each other without ever really getting to know anybody. Our plumage has begun to atrophy and molt as we scroll directly to the favorite movies and music section. How are we to demonstrate prowess in an age where cars have begun to parallel park themselves? How many birthdays do you know by heart? Do you remember the specific pattern of varied tones that your best friend's phone number made? The problem is, girls don't trade disembodied Barbie heads for flavored lip gloss anymore. I do. But I've got a bottle of Fireball whiskey and you've got a pretty face. So let's stay awake forever. Maybe we could read a map and wait for a surprise change in the weather. Let's go on a date to 1997. Turn our amps and hearts up to 11. I want to tie a flannel around my waist and dig through your CD collection while music videos play on TV. Yeah, you heard me. They say that's what killed the radio star, you know. And then we killed the video star. And I hear we're all made of stars, but the ones in our eyes have gone dim, blinded by bad science and too many flashing lights. I don't want a life of paint by numbers. I want rain. I want thunder. I want to remember what it's like to wait observant and the rewards that come from it. So I'm gonna give you the keys to my diary. Pull my dress up over my belly button so we can compare appendectomy scars and make sure we're still real.
That was Rainy! Oh my god, all the feels right now. All the feels. That was awesome. Void, you ready? Void, are you in the room?
He was just here.
Man, alright, we've noticed there's a spike in attendance tonight, and that's great. We appreciate that. We just want you to know, public service announcement style, that this happens every Monday. The jokes on Nick Davis, they're happening a lot tonight, but they don't have to stop this week. They can happen next week, too. That's all I'm saying. If you're really enjoying this atmosphere, which I am, come back next week. That's all I'm saying. Come next. Is this you? Really? Is that you? Is that really you? Because someone wrote that down. Is that real?
What are you gonna do?
No? Alright. Nothing. It's some bar. No. 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 No.
Read it. Read it.
Coming up next to the stage, Hugh G. Rection. All right, now that Romper Room is over, thanks, Matt. Matt the Bastards, everybody. You're fired. Applaud them now, because they're fired. So, Andrew and Alex, sorry, Matt's poor choices have affected your part-time employment here at the Dirty Chair and Poetry Show. I know many musicians who would sniff if offered this gig. So, coming up next to the stage, Void, are you in the room? Void in the room?
Where the fuck is she?
Amber, are you in the room? Amber in the room?
I'll just go up again.
Make some noise for one of our newest, members of the DJ community. She's bringing awesome words to the fucking stage. Make some noise for Amber! And her hat! Her fucking hat!
Hi, y'all.
What up?
Alrighty, so I've got a poem that I wrote this week. For those of you who think it's about love, you're wrong as shit.
Right?
So,
Actually,
fuck you
about
all. It's called You Imagine Because. If any of you can guess what this poem is about, I'll buy you a beer afterwards, because you're
Cars.
fucking smart. You imagine because. You imagine when you are engaged. But when you imagine, you live in fantasy. Because your brain can't tell reality from the images you created. It becomes yours. Your imagined reality. Sense of ownership takes over. What was never there is now. And you hold on to it because fear of loss is stronger than desire for gain. You are not a placeholder for anyone. You are you. Your name is too strong, and I can't use it here. And you wouldn't be any fonder of me if I did. But it is still egocentric to love someone with the same sounding name. When I snap my fingers, you'll wake up and imagine you lived. You imagine because why?
That was Amber. Next week's bonus Circus, we don't fucking know yet. We're just dealing with Nick's birthday right now. DirtyJaren.com is the blog, is the source of all information. On Wednesday, we will have a full listing of next Monday's show. Like I said before, from Mill City, from Lowell, Massachusetts, Ricky Ong will be in the house next week. He's fucking amazing. You're going to love him. Nobody doesn't love him. Ricky, he writes poems about Hello Kitty and shit. He's the fucking coolest, funniest, awesomest dude you've ever met. Coming up next to the stage, the second awesomest dude you've ever met. How's that for a segue? Please make some noise for Benjamin Bieber!
How you doing?
How's it going?
Yeah!
I'd like to thank Nick Davis, one for his smell, and a haircut only worthy of mannequins.
Where is he?
And he wasn't here to hear that, but...
Missing all the birds.
I'm tired of balloon animals.
Hey.
The swords, the hats, the dogs, the flowers, the whole fucking circus. Because all it takes is one little prick. And everything you thought was real collapses. The big top falls down. The dogs escape. The lions escape. The elephants rampage. And the ringmaster says, "Don't panic. It's only everything that you thought was real, vanishing in an instant." But when it was made by clowns, what can you really expect? So, it's only if I ask you, count your blessings.
Yeah.
The sun rose and you woke up to see it. Fresh, drinkable water comes out of the wall, and we all piss in it. So, may you find your magician, because they make things disappear without being a prick, and we applaud them.
Yeah!
Thank you. I have pages to turn. This could take a while.
Nope.
Please hold. Your call is very important to me. It's the problem. You write too much shit down. You have too many places.
Ha!
For my next trick. God forbid you might actually be the problem in your life. Now, let me be clear. I'm not saying you are, but have you ever considered that in every instance of strife, every sullen moment, every fit of rage, the one thing that they have in common is you? I can see you there, pigeon-toed, slumped shoulders, your large-mouthed bass pout, holding the hose to fill your plastic kiddie pool with all your woes, so you can wallow all the while, swinging furiously at a pinata overhead, packed tightly until you connect, and you are showered with the morsels of self-pity, which you're hell-bent to share with every bystander. Because the subtleties, the nuances, are not something anyone else has ever had a taste of. These are premium chunks of self-pity from hissy-fit minds, the likes of which only children can unearth. You serve them as if they can only be understood by the privileged. But you have to share, especially with us peasants, because then you can deny commiseration, and God forbid you actually get over something.
Yeah!
Right, one more, thank you, thank you.
Ben.
Hi, Nick. I said, just so you know, I don't know if you heard it, but I think you have a mannequin's haircut. He's not even listening. Hey, Nick!
Yeah.
Fuck you! Okay. An undersized coat fitting the bill. Some men are too big for life itself.
Ha!
It's really a giant car crash. Starting shiny, put together. Unfortunate circumstances disassemble when our scattered minds disperse as tempered glass shatters. The tires wail like new widows when they hear the news. Another life is passed. It all comes undone, but not all of us are dead when it happens.
Yeah.
It's almost like the blues. So we break our bottles on boxcars because only in the train yard can we be comforted. Where 1,000 miles of crime give us the distance to come clean, but not all of us are alive when that happens. So wear your coat, it will come undone. It will all shatter. You can break all the bottles on your dirtiest of days, but remember to wail louder than the sirens when you get the news.
Whoa.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like that might have been about me.
Yeah, you guys can keep the music going while even out here sounding the song. La 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 la. I know you guys are checking out. You guys are senior sliding it pretty hard right now. We only got a couple more readers in this half of the open mic before we get back into the roast. Coming up next, you know that Foo Fighters song, There Goes My Hero, la 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 la. It's written about me, right? Because the next open mic reader, her phone fucking died. And she had no access to the internet to her blog to read her poem. And I was like, T-Mobile, Samsung 5, there you go. And I gave her my phone. And I hope it's not broken. She's about to read a poem off my phone. Because I'm a fucking hero. No, actually, she's a fucking amazing hero right here. Please make some noise for Void Sansange! Hello!
Hello. I don't have much to say about Nick that hasn't already been said. The first time I met him, we were at the Java Hut, and he was in drag, wearing Minnie Mouse ears, and a polka dot dress with lipstick stained across his face. And you know, that pretty much sums it up. Nick, I love you.
I love you too, Angela.
Alright. Oh. Let it go. Let it catch on the nearest breeze and alight. Though it may never pass this way again, it was built for the sky. Why tether it to earth with a bit of yarn and a prayer? Let it be what it is. A skeleton frame and scraps of tissue bound together with a dream of flight. This kite, such a labor of love. 100 failed structures and innumerable paper cuts endured before triumphant, bloodied fingertips finally affixed bows onto twine. A decorative declaration in defiance of gravity, still it begs some questions. What does it look like? Pressed up against the sunlight, will it glint gossamer as it dances amongst clouds? Who could confine its journey to a single spool of string when it was meant to discover heights known only to aeroplanes and eagles? Just one snip and freedom. Just one. And abruptly, an aerialist is performing hysterical acrobatics overhead. This closing act is no choreographed routine. It is the last crescendo of a frantic, fatalistic waltz before the inevitable falling. Landing, shatteringly, sorrowlessly. Kite tails gracelessly tangled in trees, exhilarated. exhausted, at ease.
Pretty words have never been expressed over my phone, and I will treasure that forever.